for you.
And then a little Middle Eastern myth.
Hodge. Hodge 22 will be introduced to Villa fans before today's game with Queen's Park Rangers, but he wasn't
Nothing for pride.
No matter who you bank with, card. It's all you need.
Queensway's summer sale must end this weekend. Your last chance for furniture, bedding and carpets at sale prices ends Monday.
Queensway, there's no better way.
Head and Shoulders? I didn't know you had dandruff.
I don't.
Head and Shoulders? I didn't know you had dandruff.
I don't.
Head and Shoulders works. Tests prove it. Wash hair in ordinary medicated shampoo and the dandruff can still be there. But with Head and Shoulders, it's completely clear.
Head and Shoulders? I didn't know you had dandruff.
I don't.
Most people who use Head and Shoulders regularly don't have dandruff. Just healthy-looking, attractive hair.
Hello, Bertie. You look awful.
Yes, don't know whether I'm coming or going. Sometimes I'm switched off, go cold. Other times left on, not used. Such a waste, you know what I mean?
No, I'm on economy 7, regular as clockwork. Controller chappie sees to that automatically. Switches me on at night, off in the morning. A tank of hot water just when it's needed.
Excuse me, sir. Time to go.
Go, it's the controller. Must go. Now, don't forget the economy 7 and do something about that jacket, old man.
For those of you who don't own a machine for testing non-stick interiors, we advise you to look for this label. Silverstone, made and tested by the makers of Teflon.
Watch out for comedy this autumn. From Tracy Ullman in Girls on Top.
What you want, you greasy wop?
From more girls, more laughs.
When we went to Rosewood House, a man touched me. Where? Round the front.
And more giggles.
Well, I thought I might buy some new golf clubs.
You've got a whole bag full.
Well, new ones help to improve my game.
Oh, rubbish.
They do. It's psychological.
Oh, well, that settles it then.
What?
We'll have a new bedroom and you can improve your game up here.
Central, the one to watch.
This is Central, and now Gloria Hunniford presents a new series of We Love TV.
Do you know where this man was born? And what masculine name does this actress sport in Dempsey and Makepeace? The answer to these and other questions are on
We Love TV.
And here with all the answers is Gloria Hunniford.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good evening, and welcome to the first in a brand new series of We Love TV, when we celebrate this wonderful love affair that we all seem to have with the box. Now, we've had to make a little modification to the last series. You may remember that our celebrity team last year lost every single game. So we've had to split them up this year and give them a viewer each to try and help them out. So straight away, let's meet our first celebrity guest tonight. In fact, he's a man who's been on your television screens probably longer than even he cares to remember. Mr. Terry Scott. And I hear that latest role, Terry, has been Mr. Toad in The Wind and the Willows.
That's right, yeah. Give us a kiss, darling, I'll turn into a prince.
That is the only offer I've had all night, apart from anything else. Introduce that lovely lady to your right.
My partner, with
Your
all the
partner,
answers.
yes.
Sandy Standen, who is a housewife from Eastleigh in Hampshire.
You realise, Sandy, that Terry is depending on you tonight.
I know.
I know. She said, don't be nervous, because that first question, I'm quite sure, was very easy to you. Where was Magnus Magnusson born?
Iceland.
In Iceland. Do you know what his mother said, in fact? She coined that phrase, I've started, so I'll finish. Very good. Well, of course, we can hardly have Terry without his sparring partner, I suppose the most ever-loving wife on television, June Whitfield. You won't like it, June, one little bit when in the next series you're going to be grandparents, the pair of you.
Yes, I believe we are. I'm very soon going to be sending Terry out to get the bus passes, I think.
He didn't know that, I don't think.
Yes.
And Martin is joining you tonight. Maybe you'd introduce Martin.
With pleasure, yes. My partner is very special. He's Martin Hutchinson from Bolton. He works in the costing office of an engineering firm. And wait for it, folks, he's a member of Mensa.
Well, hey! What IQ, Martin, do you have to be a member of Mensa?
148.
Well, you won't need that tonight, I promise you. The questions aren't that difficult. Good. How about that other question, though? What is Linus Barber's masculine name in Dempsey and Makepeace?
Harry.
Our Harry it was. Well done. You see, dead easy. No points, but it's easy anyway. So why don't you see if you can beat our teams here in the studio tonight and play along with us. Now, we're going to start the new series with a look at a group of programmes that, quite honestly, we've had hundreds of letters about since we last met. It seems that everybody wants to hark back to the days of chivalry when men were men and they fought for ladies' honour. And I only wish I'd met a few along the way. But it's not surprising that you want to see them because there's a whole host of swashbuckling heroes who were stars of the early ITV programmes which were made specially for children. But of course, the adults loved them as well.
Come away with William Tell, come away to the land he loved so well. What a day when the apple fell for Tell and Switzerland. Come away with Tell to the mountainside, look down to the path where the tyrants ride.
Robert Shaw and Roger Moore, I don't think I would mind being a damsel in distress. But we go on with the questions, and do remember that it's 5 points for each correct answer. First to the buzzer, so if you've got your fingers on the pulse, off we go. And also, the questions won't necessarily be about the film clips you've just seen.
God.
Well, Conrad Phillips played the legendary Swiss hero William Willoughby Goddard played his greasy enemy, who was called what? Ah, Terry.
I wish I hadn't done that.
By a joint effort with the whole team, with the whole four, Landberger Gessler. I'm going to give you the 5 points. It was a very good attempt. Well done. Ivanhoe was played by Roger Moore, 25 years before he was Bond 007. In between, Roger was on television as a do-gooder. You've actually preempted the question, but what were you going to say?
The Saint?
It wasn't the Saint. Actually, I'll let somebody else have a go. It was created by whom? Martin.
Leslie Charteris.
Leslie Charteris it was. Yes, I'll let you have your 5 points for that and the Saint, naturally enough. Robert Newton played a scoundrel whose catchphrase was, ha-ha, Jim lad. Who was it? Martin.
Long John Silver.
Long John Silver it was, and 5 points you get. And at the end of that round, Martin and June just ahead with 10 points, and Sandy and Terry with 5.
And come here, there's more. It's the way I tell them.
Well, believe it or not, I'm supposed to be doing impressions, but I think I'm going to leave it to the real pros, so let's have a look at this.
Hello and welcome to the Antiques Roadshow. Look at this. Well, it's a beauty. And of course, you know, the man that made this, he must have really laboured over it.
Sorry I'm late, Miss Ellie. I was upstairs doing my lips when the grease gun broke down.
tonight we're concentrating on stars, and stars come and they go. But that's enough of Huey Green. Now, I'm going to have a look at the sun.
I wish things didn't have to change. This house is so full of memories. Remember the night that I came to you and told you that the old Queen had gone?
Yes, and I told you not to speak so disrespectful of Mr. Rabbit.
Well, there you saw Aidan J. Harvey, Janet Brown, Mike Yarwood and Stanley Baxter. But tonight, in the flesh, we're delighted to welcome two of the best impressionists around these days, Les Dennis and Dustin G.
Hey, Mavis. You all right, kid?
I do, really. I'm a bit worried about my little cat, Tiddles.
Oh, what's the matter?
Well, she's gone and had kittens, and I don't know how it happened.
Mavis, you take a male cat and you take a female cat.
Yes, I know that, Vera. I just don't know how it happened to her. I never let her out.
Well, what about that big ginger Tom you let in?
Vera? That's her brother.
So, fingers on your buzzers. Right. Now, Mike Baldwin, my boss, right, flashy so-and-so. He used to play a copper in summer. What was it? Martin?
No hiding place.
No hiding place is correct answer.
And you get 5 points, Martin, for that.
5
Very
points.
good.
Hello, camper. Hi-de-hi.
Ho-de-ho.
Thank you. What is it, Peggy? Don't come interrupting me now. I'm just about to make an announcement.
Oh, go on then.
We've had a lot of complaints from campers about the water in the taps.
Yes, and I don't know why. Because all the water on this camp has been passed by the manager.
Anyway, on with the question. Peggy is writing an application to be a yellow coat to Mr. Maplin. Can you tell me what is his first name? Martin?
Joe.
Joe is right. Well done.
Right, shut up. I said, shut up, you cloth-eared bint. Sorry, sorry, absolutely sorry. Manuel?
Hello, Mr. Funky! Mr. Funky, where you go?
I'm here, Manuel.
Oh, hello. There's a gentleman in the restaurant. He say he got a centipede in his soup.
We've gone metric. Sorry, no fillings today, ma'am.
A question for you.
Right. Where does this little cloth-eared day girl...
Me?
...actually come from in...
Barcelona.
Barcelona is the correct answer and applies to him.
Terry, you picked up some very good points. In fact, you all did very well, and so did Les Dennis and Dustin G. Absolutely fabulous. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Hang on. Shut up. You said, Gloria, that if we did impressions, that you also would do some impressions for us.
You know, I'm useless at impressions.
Everyone has a little prop with them. Could you find it? And Les will teach you all to do David Bellamy. Here we go.
Well, it's quite simple, Paul. With all you do is you put the prop beard on, you start to talk really like this. It's really amazing, really wonderful. Let's see you all have a go.
Here, wait a minute. This is the real me. Homo sapiens var Bellamyensis. You know, it is rather strange going around the country and finding everyone imitating it. Why, only last year I was planting a tree in a big comprehensive school up north and there were 1,800 plus children all imitating me planting the blooming tree. Trouble was, they were better than I was. But any of you who are as old as me will probably remember that 30 years ago they set up a special television studio right in the middle of London Zoo. Now, what I'm asking you was, who was it that ran the long-running, very successful show from there? Was it David Attenborough, Desmond Morris or George Cansdale. It certainly wasn't me.
Well, this is a bonus question for Terry and Sandy. It's worth 10 points. So if you can tell me who did present the long-running series from London Zoo, was it David Attenborough, Desmond Morris, or George Cansdale?
I think it's Desmond Morris.
Yes, you're absolutely right. It was Desmond Morris. You made your choice. That was back in the mid-50s when Zoo Time was made. And you can imagine that when television was live, it was pretty precarious, particularly when you were working with animals.
Bush babies, when you first have them, you have to get them used to being handled. That's why I'm wearing a glove on one hand, because you see him chewing away there. He's got very sharp little teeth. And if he caught my other hand, as he just did, come on, there. Now stop all this grunting. Now, he doesn't like the lights. He likes to get into a dark place under my jacket. There he goes. I don't know where he's going now. Well, he seems to be disappearing because, you see, bush babies come out at night time and well, I think I ought to get the role for the Hunchback of Notre Dame at the moment. Let me see if I can get my jacket off. Where's he gone?
Well, I suppose it's better than a ferret down your trousers. But anyway, I'm going to ask you some questions on wildlife or really about programmes with animals in them. So it's first to the buzzer again and 5 points for each correct answer. What was odd about Clarence the lion in Daktari? Martin?
He was cross-eyed.
He was cross-eyed, yes. 5 points you get for that. Armand and Michaela Dennis were Belgian, but where did they live and work? Sandy?
Africa?
I can't just take Africa. Can you be more specific?
North Africa?
In fact, it's East Africa. I'm sorry about that. It was Tanganyika or Tanzania. So no points there. What Z-car driver is a zookeeper? June.
James Ellis.
James Ellis he is. Do you know actually who the story's about?
One by one.
One by One is the name of the
Yeah.
show, and the story is based on a real life vet, as it were, zoo vet called David Taylor. Very good points. So at the end of that round, well, June and Martin have leapt ahead there with 30 points to 20. Terry's raging because he missed that particular one. You'll have to be faster on your little ding-a-ling, Terry.
Pardon?
You'll have to be faster on your ding-a-ling. Well, we're actually going to take a break, but while we're away, we're going to leave you with that proverbial little teaser. Now, this year, we're trying to get you to work out the connection. Now, it could be 2 people, 2 pictures, 2 film clips, 2 anything. Tonight it is 2 film clips, so have a look at these, and we'll be right back then after the break to give you the answer.
And the cold, cold English never play at all. Look at the Master Cox there. All he does is make love to his apple.
You knew there were no heirlooms.
But I just found that out.
Oh, and did you come straight to me and tell me that you could not earn your salary?
Comfort conditions in the final rinse. Rich, thick, creamy comfort. Each and every drop has the power to penetrate deeply, to restore bounce and body. It eliminates static cling, untangles fibers, makes ironing easier. And comfort leaves woolens deep down soft. Condition everything you wash with gentle, caring comfort. Comfort is softness and so much more.
Let the Francesco Group put life into your hair with their special September offer. Enhanced Perm by Kleinol Hair for only £14.95. Regular price £20. The Francesco Group for the ultimate in hairdressing. Salons at Stone, Stafford, Shrewsbury, Rugeley and Aldridge.
And welcome back. Well, how did you get on with that connection we gave you just before the break? Well, the first one showed Paul Eddington looking dashing in Robin Hood. He played a whole repertory company of parts until he settled down in the role of Will Scarlet. Now, the second was from a thriller series about a bounty hunter called Man in a Suitcase. And the young girl in 1967 was Felicity Kendall. Now, of course, Paul and Felicity were both stars of the fabulous comedy The Good Life. So it's very easy, you see, that was the connection. Well, now, we caught up with Felicity the other day, and this is going to be a bonus question worth 10 points for June and Martin. And she's really asking this question at the beginning of a round that we've called Family Life.
You know, an enormous number of TV series are based on families. I should know. I played a wife in The Good Life, a girl who had trouble with her mother in Solo, and now I'm playing a mistress. I've got a bonus for your contestants. In The Good Life, Richard Briers and I played a couple who really believed in the family and gave everything else up to go back to basics in the suburbs. But what exactly was the job that Richard's character did give up?
So, June and Martin, what was that job that Richard Briers had to give up in the series?
Advertising.
I'm glad you both said it together because you're both right. Yes, he was an advertising executive, so you get 10 points. And we're going to remind ourselves now of some other wonderful family programs.
Good morning, my darling, and how are you? Never you mind up, eh?
Just you sit down, my love, and I'll rush over there and cook you your breakfast.
What'd you say?
Sit down.
Did you get me peppermints? I got your peppermints, Mother, and your Sanopods, and I got your rubbing lotion. I was thinking, you know, it'd be a good idea if we lived at the chemist. We'd save a lot on shoe leather.
I know I'm a nuisance.
No, you're not, Mrs. Pot. She knows what she's talking about.
I'm off.
You've been off for years. Where are you off to?
I'm off to find myself a room with a view.
Oh, aye? What kind of a view?
I don't care what kind of a view it is, so long as it's not a room with a view of you.
Please, it's all right for her. You're taking her with you.
Ah, that's what gets up your nose, isn't it?
Ida!
Oh, shut up.
Rather reminiscent, really, of Terry and June sometimes on the box. But we're going to go to Terry and Sandy, first of all, because this is where we give you two questions, and it's an A, B, or C choice. And remember that you can vote together, but you can't confer, so you can pick up 10 points on each section here. Now, in Sorry, Ronnie Corbett plays a little mother's boy. What's his job? Is he A, a teacher, B, a librarian, or C, a social worker? You both say B, and you're both right. He is a librarian, so you pick up 10 points. Still with Terry and Sandy, who played Sandra's mother in The Liverbirds? Was it A, Molly Sugden, B, Thora Hurd, or C, Hattie Jakes? Both say A, and both are right. Molly Sugden. And there she is, looking terrific. Now we move to June and Martin. What was Alf Garnett's wife called in Till Death Us Do Part, apart from a silly old moo, of course? Was she A, Flo, B, Else, or C, Doris? You both say B, both correct again. It's Else. And still with June and Martin, in 1974, a real-life bus driver and his family in Reading were the subject of an intimate warts-and-all look at their life. Now, were they called A, the Wilkins, B, the Wheelers, or C, the Wilsons? One says A, one says C. Well, in fact, Martin is right, because it was A, the Wilkins. A very in-depth study it was as well. And at the end of that round, June and Martin still doing very well with 55, but Sandy and Terry catching up with 40. Now, in a way, I'm going to be like Bamber Gascoigne in this, because I'm going to give you your starter for 5, and the team that gets that starter correct for 5 points will get a chance to have a go at the bonus question worth 10. So a lot of points riding in this. Now, your starter is, and it's first to the buzzers, by the way, your starter for 5 is this. Fitz, the leading character in the family comedy Relative Strangers, started as a supporting character in what other comedy, Sandy?
Holding the Fort.
Holding the Fort. Well, I think I'll hold the fort just for a second. So let's see if you're right. Because we caught up with a man who plays Fitz, and that was on stage at the Ashcroft Theatre. So let's see what he has to say.
Gloria, it was in fact Holding the Fort. And this is me, Matthew Kelly, naked and unashamed. And in that series, I played a character called Fitz, of course, who was a kind of layabout who lodged with Patricia Hodge and Peter Davison. And now in Relative Strangers, Fitz is a father who meets up with his long-lost son and tries to cope with family life. Now, My bonus question is about another famous TV family. In a series called Nearest and Dearest, Hilda Baker and Jimmy Jewell, who I used to work with a long time ago, play brother and sister, right? Eli and Nellie Pledge. Now, the question is, what sort of business did they run?
Oh, Terry's straight in there. You got a chance to go with the bonus question anyway. You got the 5 for holding the fort. So what sort of a business did they run?
Pickles.
Pickles? A pickle factory? Yes, you get your bonus question as well. 10 points. Very good. And we couldn't have a more exciting finish as we go into the last round because you're both level pegging at 55 each. Very good indeed. So if you're all set, it's first to the buzzers. As many questions as you can answer within the time limit. And when the time is up, it goes like this. Like that, you see? Okay, all set? In what detective show was the character Cookie featured? Sandy.
Sunset Strip.
Correct. Crockett and Tubbs are 2 cops who work in which city? Martin?
Miami.
Well done, 5 points. Young One star Nigel Planer plays a musician in which series? Martin?
Roll Over Beethoven.
It is. How old is Terry Wogan? Martin?
47.
Looks more, but 47. What sort of a holiday would presenter Julian Pettifer take you on? Martin?
Busman's Holiday.
He would, 5 points. What is porridge in the series of that name? What is it?
A sentence in jail.
It is, another 5 points. What show is named after the signal for a ship to sail?
Blue Peter.
It is. Star of The Price, Peter Barkworth, had a previous successful series about a bank manager. What was it called? June.
Tellson's Change?
Almost right. Telford's Change. I'll give you for 5 points. Complete the title. Alias Smith and...
Jones.
Correct. Who was reduced to tears by John Freeman in Face to Face? Terry.
Oh, Gilbert Harding.
He was. Which actor said, "Book 'em, Dano"?
Jack Lloyd.
In?
Hawaii 5-0.
I'll give you that 5 points. In The Golden Shot, what would you have asked Bernie for?
The Bolt.
He would, 5 points. In which series? And the time is up. Well, oh, I'm breathless. That was quite a runaway victory because we can see, of course, June and Martin have leapt into the lead with 105 points. Martin. But if I Sandy and Martin, just to remind them of the evening they've spent with us, they take away a little television to watch, a little more television. I hope you've enjoyed being with us. What can I say about Terry and June? Not a lot, really, except just relax and take it nice and easy at this point.
June, oh, no, June. Look, I told you we are playing golf today, June. Golf.
Terry, you definitely said it was tennis.
No, June, I promise you it was golf.
Well, if these two will play with us, we could play mixed doubles.
What can I say except that it's good night from them, it's good night from them, and it's good night from the lot of us, from all of us. See you next week. Bye-bye.
And next week, Gloria's TV buffs will be Lisa Goddard and Martin Shaw. That's We Love TV, back next Friday on Central at 7:30.
There's double action, double excitement for Saturday night on Central.
Police, drop your weapons!
At 8:30, Dempsey and Makepeace.
Shoot! Shoot! They've done it again.
It's you looking after me, kid.
At 9:45, A Killer in the Family.
It's Dad. He's gonna be killed in that prison, Donnie.
Lieutenant, it's a breakout.
A movie premiere starring Robert Mitchum, Dempsey and Makepeace, and A Killer in the Family. Saturday action on Central.
There's a brand new comedy series next on Central starring Brian Glover, who definitely doesn't want to go south of the border. That's next.
This commercial's not for our nurseries, it's for the people who deliver our roses. We send out thousands of bushes a day in season to the garden trade all over Britain. all by Royal Mail parcels, because they must arrive in good time and top condition. Royal Mail parcels have that reliability. But don't just take my word for it. You could prove it with 50 parcels delivered free.
The Royal Mail Parcels free trial for businesses. Phone 01 200 0200. Test our strength.
When a man you've never met before suddenly gives you flowers, that's chic.
With a family like that, protecting the family honor is paramount. So which is the truth?